Hey folks, welcome to another 3 Minutes with Ryland. There's been a lot going on. It's kind of cool. And again, I have no idea how I summarize this stuff this much. So I'm taking a little tiny valuable slice of an agile thing so that I can make it simple and make it concise inside 3 minutes, because God help me. So I went to a session today this morning by Trisha Broderick, who I've not heard speak before. And oh my God, is she a trip. And a fun speaker, really, really engaging session. She is wonderfully vulnerable as a speaker. And the title of it was Energized Without Using Power Over. The point is to do power with, to create those opportunities with the teams that you coach or lead or whatever, for whom you have responsibility, or for whom as a servant leader you're trying to support. How do you not necessarily, well, actually very much, and again, the standard caveat, I'm not trying to put words in their mouth, it's what I took away from the session. You create and empower teams not by solving their problems for them, but by helping them to solve things themselves. And went through a number of growth stages for these things, and kind of just categorizations, and then some ideas of how you move from one stage to the next. Individuals where, obviously you're just an individual, you can do check boxes, you can do whatever. Groups that cooperate. If you're at the group stage or group description of the process, you're cooperating, but that's about it. When you're a team, you're collaborating. Right? You're creating something greater than the group of you could do by yourselves, right? Cooperate, we all move towards a goal. Collaborate, we create something greater than we could create individually. And then high-performing teams, which self-organize. And my takeaway from that is that that's the stage at which you get a great deal of initiative happening. Not just, oh, hey, this problem's coming down the pike at us, but what problems could we go solve? What should we self-organize around and go take action about without needing to be told, or without it being a simple action about forecasting? And then the one that she's covering in her upcoming book, or rather, it's an upcoming book, it's been deferred slightly, so it'll be out in the next few months. Resilient learning teams, where they're really doing, as she puts it, agility. And I think that's, in that case, the concept of being highly agile in your thought, in your action, not just agile practices, which obviously you could be doing at any of these other levels. So I found that to be really interesting. She talked about power dynamics a lot, how it comes from places of formal power or influence power, or just being a dominant force in the space kind of power, or things that are unidentified, like just kind of the catch-all of everything else. And how, when you're in leadership especially, you have to watch that you're not using too much, you're not really coming from a place of formal power if you want to foster the growth of the team, because then they're dependent on you. And if you're an individual contributor, you got to watch out to use a lot of using too much influence power, because you might be the expert, but if you overuse influence power, you might be keeping other people from popping in and collaborating and contributing and growing and helping to the self-organization of things. So I just found this all to be kind of a fascinating way of doing it. And I'll talk more about some of the themes of this in another 3 minutes with Ryland. Thanks, hope you're enjoying these. It's been kind of a fun experiment.